and welcome to the Snook Nook. I am Simone Snook, realtor with Unicorn Realty at Fathom, and I am here today with Christian Albrecht. Christian is a private chef and the founder of Braised Confit. And since it's the holidays and there's lots of gathering and eating of food, I am especially excited to talk to Christian about his business. And so let's start out with, how did you make your way to Asheville? Where are you from originally?
Sure. I am from Wisconsin, but I did not move here from Wisconsin. I moved here from Kansas City, Missouri, and lived there for 7 years, and really kind of started cultivating my culinary pursuit and passion in that city, and found an opportunity, and a desire to move out of Kansas City and start my own business. So Asheville was on the list because we had a friend that lived in Kansas City that decided to move out to Asheville, and was kind of in the scene of small business entrepreneurship, and had a really cool networking community called Asheville Folk.
Okay.
And was like, hey man, now is the time to come out here, and we'd love to have you. And yeah, it was just kind of the idea of feeling the comfort of moving into a smaller city, and not feeling like I'm in this big ocean with giant fish that are gonna eat me, you know, like are gonna, like, you know, it's like where it's gonna be like sink or swim. And I felt like it was just a real good opportunity to kind of get myself out there, get the word out, get my name out there, get the business name out there. And Asheville just seemed like an accessible city to be able to do that without being kind of like muted by all the other big things going on, if that makes sense.
It does. So did you start the business right away after moving, or did you?
Yeah, so I slowly started doing like word of mouth private catering in Kansas City, because I just had a big community of people there, and they just loved what I did and when I cooked for them. And so they would share with their friends, like, oh, our friend Christian's a chef and he could probably do that for you. And just started doing that, even though I'm not like really huge on catering. Like I don't like to just make, you know, just like dropping off food, or, you know, but I did it because I knew that was like the start of getting the foot in the door, and people like having access to my food. So what happened was I was really pursuing like more knowledge and more depth in my skill set. So I was reaching out to chefs in Kansas City that I could stage underneath and just learn from, and essentially that's just working for free.
Okay, I was gonna be like, can you explain that term?
Yeah, and a lot of restaurants will do that. Like if you want to work in a fine dining restaurant, they have you stage for about a week or two. Okay. Or you could go like overseas or to some incredible, you know, restaurant and just stage for months. And it's really just like a training, and like you're really just there to like grow and learn. And so a lot of chefs do that when they want to learn more and more. And so that's what I did, because I had a family to support, and I still had to work and everything. So I was like, when I have, you know, my nights free or weekends free, I'm going to just try to learn as much as I can and stage under any chef that I can. So I met a chef, Joe Shirley in Kansas City, that was doing these underground pop-up dinners, and it was called Uberdine. Okay. And he was doing some really amazing multi-course dinners in these really obscure locations and secret locations. And yeah, so I learned under him. We were doing 14-course tasting menus and 2 seatings a night. and essentially just building a kitchen out of just the weirdest spaces with like
yeah.
with no kitchen. So like just coming in and like creating the kitchen and like setting it up to where we could run this essentially a restaurant.
That's amazing. So how many, like in each
spots.
seating, how many people usually?
It was about 50.
Okay, that's a lot. Okay,
Yeah.
and 2 a night.
And like the numbers would, you know, adjust depending on ticket
Yeah.
sales, but that's really what marked me, you know. I just watched and learned very closely and was like, I want to do this. Not in the sense of the 14 courses. It's fun, but like I wanted to bring a more approachable option when I moved to Asheville, and just like provide tasting or like coursed menus, but kind of where people felt it was more approachable to them to like, you know, want that package that I offer. So I do 3, 5, 7, and 9 courses are my packages. And yeah, so I just, you know, was super inspired by that. And the way that I built Braised Confit in Asheville was I just started doing pop-up dinners. So I was working in restaurants, and then anytime, you know, that I could schedule a pop-up dinner, I did that outside of, you know, my 9 to 5 work thing. It's not 9 to 5. I don't know why I said that.
Yes,
that just grind, that you know, restaurant grind. But and then just partnering with local businesses for venues, partnering with you know, crafts people with, you know, beverages and, you know, decorating and music. And really just like calling it like more of a collaboration. We call them dinner collectives.
I love that.
And so, you know, just collectively doing this amazing, cool thing and bringing people together around the table to eat and drink and, you know, and music. And so it's just like a really cool, like, little production dinner that we put on. And, was just really pushing those, and you know, the word got out, and had some really great dinners. And that was really the moment where I was able to start sharing that I do private chef services.
Okay.
So it was kind of like the platform to get my name out and to start getting known within the local small business scene, and creating friendships throughout, you know, those little spaces and within the food and beverage and venue industry. And so that was like a really huge launching pad for me, just as far as like word of mouth, and then like partnering with other people, and you know, just getting my face and my name out there. So
that's so cool. I love that. I love that idea of collaboration and creating this production with other people. So what is one of your favorite places you've been able to create food?
Well, being a private chef, I get to work for my clients in some really incredible homes. So I've been in some really beautiful places as far as that goes, you know, in the mountains and just all over Western North Carolina, some in Georgia. I've been to Charlotte too, but I love it. You know, I love it here locally. I would say, like, venue wise, we had a really great dinner at East West Vintage Rentals in West Asheville on Haywood Road. I love that venue just because Nikki just sets it up really cool with all of her vintage decor, and it's just a cool space. Haiku I Do is a really great venue.
I've been there for an event. I thought that was a really cool space.
It's just a little like magic land behind the gate, you know, and you don't know what's there until you go behind the gate, and there's koi ponds and
that Airstream that they've turned into like a lounge. We actually
little lounge.
Yeah.
It's very cool.
That's very cool.
So, and then anywhere outdoors. I love cooking outside. So, we did like a photo shoot type thing for a wedding, a luxury wedding elopement company. And we were in Weaverville at the very top of the mountain, and it's the treehouse, Serenity Treehouse little community up there.
Okay.
They have a bunch of Airbnbs and like little treehouse places.
Oh, cool.
And they gave us a little space at the top of the mountain, and it like you could see the whole like range of mountains in the town and the city. And that was pretty incredible.
I love that.
Yeah.
That sounds amazing.
Just cooking over fire and doing my thing. So.
Very cool. So with the holidays coming up, what's one thing you're looking forward to making at home?
I mean, I always have like really great cheeses and meats out. That's just kind of like the staple on the counter with like maybe some smoked trout rillettes and things just to snack on. I'm just like really big on grazing throughout the day. And me just being me and my 3 kiddos, sometimes it's hard to like really please everyone's palate.
So yes.
I do my thing and do my grazing and everything throughout the day, but I really love just cooking over the fire. So every holiday I have the fire going, and whether I've like was able to snag half a dozen oysters for myself or a nice cut of meat. For Thanksgiving I did duck breast for our family meal instead of traditional turkey. So I was asking the kids, like, what do you want to eat for Christmas Day? And we'll see. I've got this incredible pork shank that I've been wanting to use. It's a hog from Warren Wilson.
Okay.
A friend of mine is a butcher, and I bought this hog from him, and he did a workshop on how to break down the hog, and then I got the product at the end. So, and then I did like a little cooking class afterwards, and so I kind of want to bust out that pork shank and kind of just braise it all day, and let it kind of just fall apart and be delicious at the end of the end of the night.
I love it. I love it. What are some of your favorite places to go in Asheville for?
I don't know if I want to share that information.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Top secret stuff.
No, I'm kidding.
Just maybe 1 or 2. You don't have to divulge
sure.
all the secrets.
I have a few places on one hand that I really, trust and value to really walk away just like, feeling fulfilled and somewhat inspired when I leave, and like that's really important to me when I eat. And so if I'm not walking away kind of like satisfied and inspired, then it's just kind of, it's devastating. I really love Contrada.
Okay.
It's on Wall Street, and Chef Brian Campanelli, it's his like little side passion project next to Kachina 24. And I just really love the way he works with vegetables. And he has this beautiful, fresh, light Italian touch to everything. And just the way he utilizes the vegetables and really highlights its integrity and the textures, and it's just really wonderful. And they do pizzas, but their pizzas are just amazing. They're simple, but with like really, really good quality ingredients, but only like 2 or 3, toppings. It's just like very, it has that like traditional sense, but with like that elevation of just his creativity that he brings. And the wine and cocktail menu is just great. Anywhere I can sit outside and keep ordering like small plates and drinking wine is kind of my spot. So my next one would be Leo's House of Thirst in West Asheville. Again, very vegetable forward chef. and really quality ingredients. Feel clean when I eat. It's really big for me because I like to order a lot of small plates, and I don't like feeling groggy or tired, or I want energy after I eat, and you know, so I can continue my day or continue my evening. But again, the wine, just having like really great selected wines. Most of them are, you know, just naturally, you know, wild fermented in their natural state, and you know, carefully selected. And I'm a little biased because I worked for Drew Wallace at the Admiral, and he owns that spot. And really, anywhere that, you know, he's got 4 restaurants, and those are all on my list for sure. I'll even go there and do work. Like I'll just write menus or work on my website, and you know, it's just a good day spot.
Well, speaking of your website, where can people find you? And I'll
BraisedConfit.com, and there's a lot of information and sample menus and photos of what we do, and you know, you can fill out an inquiry form on that, and that goes directly to me, and then we have a really nice conversation on the phone and chat about, you know, the intention and you know, the vision of what, you know, you have for me and my service. Also find me on Instagram. Okay. Braised Confit _ABL.
All right. Well, wonderful. Well, Christian, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with me today. I am so hungry after our conversation. But it has just been wonderful chatting with you and learning more about your business and your journey to Asheville and everything that you're doing. So thank you so much.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
Wonderful. Well, happy eating. Happy holidays. I'll see you soon.